My first time coloring my hair. I sure hope I did it right. Did you guys know that bike is short for Bicol? I want my firstborn to be a male child. Keep us posted. Sprayed my car with rust remover. A few of these bad boys and suddenly you're on a whole new level. Look what happens when you cut down too many trees. A modern cruise ship compared to the Titanic. Nemo and emo. Photoshop was developed in 1987. People before 1987? Is that a jouch? Yes, a jouch. Decorated the pantry with a pantry. What in the name of live, laugh, love is going on here? This fly landed here and started telling jokes. I wanted him to stop, but he was on a roll. If my name was Jeff, I would always be saying things like Jeffinitely or I Jeffed up. The spider infestation problem is mostly resolved. Better than keep out. This door is alarmed. What startled it? Me reading this meme. Sorry. Software developer. This seems to be having everyone in stitches. This is one tired elephant. Computer. Choose a password. Hi-hat. Password cannot contain symbols. When someone asks how much money I have in the bank, none. Normal cone. Silicone. Thought of the day. Why are hallways in psychiatric hospitals called hallways? Shouldn't they be called psychopaths? Mr. Miyagi deciding on how to eat his Baby Bell cheese. Jacket on or jacket off. Blind student crying. People keep making fun of my blindness. Oh, I see. Bro, he did not see that coming. A tree fell on my fence, making the best of it while I negotiate the repair. He knew that from this moment forward, she'd be the center of his universe. I knew you read what I read. That's why we're friends. Pear nose broken. Please use finger. Can February March? No, but April May. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the Tacticat. Just wanted to let everyone know I'm going through a lot right now. My teacher said I would never be good at poetry due to my dyslexia, but look what I just made. Yo bro, where did you go? On my way to the genderless bathroom. What? Why? Because I'm gonna take a she-it. Eye doctor. Your results just came back. Can I see them? Probably not. The bird flu? Yeah, they tend to do that. I'm a cashew. No, you walnut. To the person who stole my glasses, I will find you. I have contacts. Can you call me a taxi at 7 a.m. tomorrow? Okay. Thanks, Dad. You're a taxi. This dude was born to be a taxi driver. Pick up and drop off. And he's got a 100% satisfaction rate with 2,000 deliveries. What are your dog's names? Calvin and Klein. Isn't that a brand of underwear? Exactly. They're boxers. My boss said, dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. So I went in as Batman when relationships haven't been working out for you. How to date buildings. I'm building sexual. Mario, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Do me a favor and never text me again. Pickles Cage. Tell me something I don't know. The past tense of William Shakespeare would be, woulda was Shakespeare. My phone kept continuously playing The Doors. This was the only way to get it to stop. Wanna know how I got these scars? Chilly outside today. Even though there's no snow, it was still chilly. Don't buy the cheap crayons. A dog wiener. This red dot is the location of the most head-on fish collisions in the world. It's a region of the Atlantic where US waters meet UK waters, and British fish are still swimming on the wrong side of the American water. Another one bites the dust. This truck is decked out. The food here is amazing. Yeah, but there's no atmosphere. Ran out of eye drops. Good thing I found more. Gorilla Glue is great. I used it with my girlfriend. Now we're inseparable. Her. What are you laughing at? Me? Nothing? Tom Holland. And that's why what? I rest my case. Find God. Will you go out with me? I'm willing to give it a shot. Shit, that's lit. Never mind. Alzheimer's symptoms. Wait, what? Did I really search this before? Did you know that the word potato is the only word that starts with a P and ends with potato? What about per potato? It's a budding business. Just remember to stay hydrated. Girl Scout sells cookies in front of a drug shop. She sold 117 boxes in 2 hours. Just saw this and it was a great way to, not today cat, not today. When you ask a cardiac nurse to hang the Christmas garland. I fell off a 50-foot ladder this morning. Dad, are you okay? Yeah, thankfully I was on the first step. I learned from the mistakes of people who took my advice. Wait, what happened? I thought I was cured. I'm sorry, child. Your parents didn't pay the bill. You've been repossessed. People out here living their lives, but no one is addressing the fact that there is a D in fridge, but not refrigerator. Never fight dinosaurs. You will get your ass kicked. Me, what do you think about my new belt? What an incredible waste of time. Posts were removed because someone took offense. What's the matter, babe? You've hardly touched your grilled salmon. Lyrics to Macarena. Accurate. I was supposed to draw a male cow, but I drew it as a female instead. I made a mistake, buying these oven gloves so that I can say, I made this with my bare hands. Two can play this game. I almost forgot my briefcase. It contains important lab results. Season's greetings. Hello. God damn it. My grandpa died yesterday. What the hell? Man, that sucks. Friend, why are you laughing? Nothing. Peaky Blenders. Just had my shell removed. How do you feel? Sluggish. When was helium discovered? 1868. 1867. Down. Scott Brownie is right next to a sign which says Scott's head. The real face of Jesus, according to forensic experts. They nailed him. You're cute and all, but the A not being capitalized in your name is bothering me. I think that's a problem though. I'm all for lowercase letters. I respect that, but keep in mind, capitalization is the difference between helping your uncle jack off a horse and helping your uncle excuse me, what? Give me coffee to change the things I can, and wine to accept those that I cannot. The top 12 states to live in. Alaska. This morning, our officers stopped a doe for television on the Bay Bridge. She said she usually pays it, but today she was $1 short. Me, you gotta help me. I'm cursed. Mario, take this 6-sided shape. How will this help? Hexagon. I'm going to start doing lunges to stay in shape. That would be a big step forward for me. Painted my chicken coop. Egg production tripled in only 3 days. A truck loaded with thousands of copies of Roget's Theosaurus crashed yesterday, losing its entire load. Witnesses were stunned, startled, aghast, taken aback. Okay, I'm not doing all of that. Window or aisle? Window or your what? Got in a hailstorm in Italy. Now my car is al dente. RIP George Foreman. You may think this is a corner of lettuce, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg. I'm a minor. My son who was in 3rd grade drew this in art class for me today. I mean, how fast was that kid going? Crocodiles use many forms of camouflage. For instance, these jazz hands are used to lure musical theater people to their doom. Are you stupid? No, why? Because there is always a you in stupid. Well, there's an I in stupid too. Wait, no. Babe, what's wrong? You've barely touched your feet loaf. I don't like feet loaf. I never did. Beans, but they denim. Call that jeans. What you see? Will you go out with me? What colorblind people see? They see the same thing, but they don't see red. They're always getting left undelivered. I really like your forearms. Thanks, but I only have 2 arms. Me, I'm opening a kissing booth where you can have one last kiss with someone you used to date. Friend, don't do this. I'm calling it. Stop. Great expectations. I invented a thought-controlled air freshener. That's ridiculous. It makes sense when you think about it. If I die choking on a gummy bear, tell everyone I was killed by a bear and say no more. Tell them it was a tough fight. The bear died as well. It died with me. Elon Musk. This is a Harry Potter. Yes, Drew. Please use the word harassment in a sentence. I loved my girlfriend and her ass meant a lot to me. So I was in the shop and saw a man throwing milk and cheese about. I looked at him and thought, how dare he? How did you find your steak, sir? I just looked to the next potatoes and there it was. You're a gullible person, Harry. Hamoud backwards is Hamoud. No, it's Duma. Duma pee-pee fit in your mutt dies. When I was young, I was scared of the dark. Now when I see my electric bill, I am scared of the lights. If you want to know the secret to playing a musical instrument well, stay tuned. Waiting for the new movie Constipated. It still hasn't come out yet. Damn it, Jenny. No one wants your number. The blue areas are where people were kung fu fighting, based on a study done by Carl Douglas in 1974. Death Star Pro Max. Electrician wanted. Experience required this time. Police office. Step out the vehicle. It's 94 degrees. You get in and tell me the problem in the AC. It will only happen once. I had to stop and take a picture. It says bulbs. Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, curling me softly with his tongs. Smile, Europeans. It's a kilometer. So what? We're not going to talk about the yellow fonts in the room? Dad, why is that book so thick? It's a long story. A man just fell off the roof of a nightclub. Who was it? All I know is he wasn't a bouncer. Whoever told me to leave my car at the pub and take the bus home? Well, it turns out I was in no shape to drive it either. God, you're a cuttlefish. Yay, I love hugs. That's not what I meant. Oh, you have 8 arms and 2 tentacles. For hugs? No, not for hugs. Oh, also, you're venomous. Danger hugs! Taxi. Hang on, I gotta go take a leak first. Babe, look what I bought. What is this? It's a pen. Duh. Are you an expert in English? Yeah, then answer this question. Okay. A mother beats up her daughter because she was drunk. Tell me, who was drunk? She. Okay, Steve, this is a standard procedure. Try not to get aroused. My name is Paul. I know, I'm Steve. I was talking to myself out loud. Expert marriage tip. On your day off, bring your wife breakfast in bed. This lets her know it's time for her to make your breakfast. And to make your grave. If anyone wakes me up, I just get so annoyed. Especially if I'm in deep sleep. Are you stuck? No, officer, I'm delivering a bridge. I accidentally googled Hem Solo instead of Han Solo. I was not disappointed. It's a Nintendo Switch. Not even Nintendo Switch 2. Lady just asked me what mansplaining is. I think it's a trap. We've been staring at each other in silence for half an hour. What do you call a magic dog? A labracabrador. Not all construction work is equally enjoyable. For example, enlarging a drilled hole is boring, but fastening pieces of metal together is riveting. Me, trying to learn from my mistakes. A lot of these keep out signs or do not trespass, they should just start lying and say, keep out, there is a dangerous snake or something. Just lie. Lost tarantula in here, or tarantula farm. The struggles of having a dad bod. We aren't just a piece of meat. Hey, my eyes are up here. You have the right to a lawyer. If you cannot afford one, you can always post your case on Facebook and wait for all the know-it-alls to offer advice. German Wi-Fi is the worst. Do we have any Germans watching this video? Guten Tag, guten Morgen. Oh look, an air guitar. So what do they do with the rest of the mole? When your hummus cracks a joke and you just think, classic hummus. I have a problem in my right ear. Are you sure? Yes, I'm definite. Adult peer pressure is seeing your neighbor mow his lawn. How are those wild turkeys playing percussion? They must have drumsticks. Just another maniac Monday. You can do it, Lowbridge. No, you can't. Irony is getting pregnant on a pull-out couch. The other day, my wife asked me to pass her lipstick, but I accidentally passed her a glue stick. She still isn't talking to me. I showed the damaged remains of my luggage to my lawyer and said, I want to sue the airline. You don't have much of a case, he replied. Come outside. I will not come outside. No. What the hell is this pile of clothes doing on the floor? I struck down a Jedi. God, I hate you. Yes, use your hate. Ego and Super Ego walked into a bar. Bartender, I'm gonna need to see ID. I bought a vinyl record yesterday called Sounds Wasps Make. When I got home and played it, I said to myself, this doesn't sound anything like wasps. Then I realized I was playing the B-side. I learned from the mistakes of people who took my advice. I got an A on my origami assignment. When I turned my paper into my teacher, I can cut a log in half just by looking at it. That's impossible. I know it's hard to believe, but I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I'm fine letting other people dot my I's, but crossing my T's, that's where I draw the line. Harold definitely needs glasses. Look at him. He's talking to a tape dispenser. I'd love to go back in time and blow people's minds with my incredible knowledge. But how do you make this electricity? I don't know. I didn't bring anything from the future. I know nothing. As much as Pooh missed Piglet, he really did enjoy that pulled pork sandwich. So the Slayer, yeah, that's me. We thought you were a myth. Well, you were myth taken. When you die, what part dies last? Pupils, they dilate. Beef jerky is just cow reason. Change my mind. How I'm showing up on Valentine's Day. Let me get a pizza that butt. Can't today, I'm swamped. Finland has the worst, most unfortunately named bread. Juicy Waiter, my soup appears to have an animal inside it. Yeah, it's an eel. Eels don't look like that on Earth. Well, this is a Mars soup eel. Carpenter ants are just like regular ants, except rainy days and Mondays get them down. Believed to be the world's first air fryer. Colorize. Jesus' brother, Brian Christ, turns water into cold cores light. Life is getting stressful, so I had to let go. Okay, so Ice-T and Ice Cube, but I'm confused about Whitney Houston. Ladies, mansplaining is short for man explaining. When your owner calls you by your full name. Cat Thew. What? If this is a pair of pliers, then what the hell is this? Woody Allen. Normal people when confused. Spanish people when confused. When I retire, I will have a little house on a lakeside. How do we know that Mike Tyson is very religious? He punches people in the faith. What do you wish to accomplish by the end of your career? I want to remove all the cancers from the earth. Very impressive. Thank you. After that, I will move on to Capricorns. What do you use to get your car that shiny? Is it Polish or Polish? Oh, sorry. I can't speak Polish. I can't even read Polish. I found him. Never knew Montel Jordan wrote this song about this guy. I own a bakery and a lady phoned me up wanting a cake with "I suck Cox" written on it. I thought it was weird, but I made it anyway. Miss Cox was livid when I delivered it. So was her son, Isaac. Officer, the victims were dismembered and sacrificed on an altar made of antlers. Dear God. Most likely. I hate making spelling errors. You mix up 2 letters and your whole point is when a boater thinks he hit a log, but it was just a kayaker. Whew, this is like me driving when I think I hit a car, but it's just a cyclist. Okay. I can't even drive. I'm gonna get my license this year, okay? See? To prove I'm not some boring house dad, I got a tattoo. Oh, cool. It's my thermos from work. Well, the line of work is certainly don't touch the thermostat. Blondie roundabout, one way or another. I'm gonna find ya. I'm gonna get you. This song's a throwback.